this out because many a times when I get into my rants or I get into my thoughts, I always say this is not a black woman bashing channel, and then I go on some rants about some shit. And although I say this is not a black woman bashing channel, I can understand like black women coming on here thinking I'm talking shit about black women, which I really fucking don't. I have my opinions. Do I feel like there's some things that black women do wrong that I think needs to be fixed? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the vice versa. There's things that us as black men do that black women like us to see be fixed. And I feel like that's general statements of this gender war. But I be a fool to tell you that I'm like, as any other black man, I love black women. I would like to be in a relationship with a black woman. I would love to marry a black woman. It was like I'm pretty sure I've said this many of times. I said my longest relationship was with a dark-skinned black woman for like 3 years. My ex, if you have followed this channel, that I've talked about many a fucking times. She was my longest relationship. Now, but with that being said, I have a lot of female friends, especially a lot of female black ones, and like a couple of them white too. But I realized that I built at least at least an acquaintance, because I'm not gonna say they're all my besties, but acquaintances to where they fuck with me the long way, and every time I see them, I support them and all that other stuff. Do we have our arguments? Yes, but at the end of the day, they know I love them, and they know that I just want the best for them. But some of them I would say is higher. Some of them I would say like more than acquaintances, the ones I argue with the most. But I would say like my homegirl that I call my bestie and all that other stuff. And I don't know if I saved it, but I've talked about the relationship. We had the whole 50-50 talk about her in a relationship, and she was like, she don't like 50-50 because of her boyfriend, and because I'm gonna keep this short. It's like because her boyfriend doesn't really do his part on the 50-50, and I had to shut that down because I was like, then you're not doing 50-50. If you don't, and to me, it's just like her boyfriend offered 50-50, but has not once shown that he's capable of doing 50-50, and she's always had to pull out most of that. So I said, then you're not doing 50-50. I can understand you not liking 50-50, but I was like, you're not doing 50-50. You're more or less doing 90-10, maybe even 80-20, because your man is not coming with his half. Hell, he's not even performing at a 50-50 route. So the reason why I had to check on that is because I know a lot of people, and there's a lot of I'm pretty sure there's a lot of relationships like this that you're in. It's like the man offers 50-50, but he's not even fucking bringing his half. And then I have to say, then you're not doing 50-50. And I think that's why a lot of women don't want to do 50-50, because they feel like they'll end up with someone that doesn't pull his half. And to me, I said, well, duh, it's not gonna work if he doesn't pull his half. You need to be with a nigga that pulls his half. Hell, sometimes you need to be with a nigga that does above average. Make sure that he, even if he slip 1 week, he's still able to pull his half. And this is what I'm talking about when I was like, men, this is what men be talking about when we're talking about, how women don't vet men well. Because it's just one of those things where it's just like, that nigga ain't shit. That nigga ain't gonna do shit. I just saw a video today. It was like JR Wisdom, where it's like two black women was talking about if a nigga do stuff around their house, it was like he homeless. And I was like, what? I was like, what if he just, because it was just like, oh, you want to fix shit around the house and all the other stuff. Like, I said, what if the nigga's just nice? He was like, okay, baby, I see you got this, so I just fixed that for you. And first of all, whether he's homeless or not, The fact that a nigga is offering to fix something in your house, that should be a plus. Like, and you ain't gotta pay him or none of that shit. Niggas just doing it just out of courtesy. Cause I've done that shit with people. Like, I remember the one time, like, her toilet was fucking stuck and all that other stuff, and I had to pee, and I had to pee. And I was like, she was like, the toilet's not good. And I said, I literally grabbed her, not like forcefully. I literally grabbed her and I forced her out. I took the plunger because I used to do plumbing in the Navy, and I fucking took the plunger and I got that shit to work. Not only did I got this shit to work, I got this shit to flush, and then I fucking peed and got about my business. She said, "Thank you." I just did that to courtesy, and I was like, "Bitch, I gotta pee," and that was my best friend when I did that shit. He was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Sometimes you just gotta stop him. I got this." And then I went to work, and then like I fucking beat. I was like, sometimes you just do shit. Like, when you see something broken or something. My other best friend, my ace, I call her my ace, and like God bless her, cause like I said, she done it. When I was in the Navy, she was the one that helped me out. She got me out of a lot of trouble too. Like, if it wasn't for her, cause I had a fucking. Long story short, I went to security before she did, and like I was not liking it. And then when she came through, because me and her, like, we tight like that. I don't like call her my ace. That's my ace. And I'm cool with her. I know her family. Like, I done been with her family. Like, talked to her moms, her brothers. Like I used to walk their dog. Like, anytime when like he needed the rest in peace Kane, because he done passed away, and that was her road dog. Kane was her road dog. I used to take her dog out for walks because she done help me out. When I was discharged from the Navy, honorably discharged to be exact, I stayed at her spot until like I got paid, and then I went home. And she let me stay in her crib. And then we would just go together. We would just go places where, you know, she need my help and all that stuff. Like, I appreciate everything she did. Like, that's why I call her my ace. It was just like, and I tell her every time, I love you and I appreciate everything you've done for me. Cause like I said, cause during security days, even though there was my boss lady was another black woman, and I tell her I love her all the fucking time. It was like, I was miserable in there. Until she came there, I wasn't as miserable. It was like, I was like, thank God you're here. I don't know if she knows that or not, but I was like, I was so fucking miserable in security. I really was. It's just like, where I was like, fuck everything. I was literally like, fuck everything. Until she came through, and I was like, yeah. So I understand what black women can do, and I would never like disrespect black women. Like, I don't need black women. I'd be the first to tell you, like, we need black women. Anytime when a dude said we don't need black women, I'd be like, bullshit, we need black women. I'm just not a feminist. So it does hurt me when it was like, black women don't need black men. I was like, we need each other. I don't know what is it about y'all talking about you don't need the I don't understand feminists saying you don't need men. And it's even not where it's like, oh, men built the country, we built everything, we done built the society and all that other stuff. It's just like, I feel like we have things that the other need, where others lack. Not even just biology-wise, but it's just some things that men can do that women can't do. There's some things women can do, men can't do. And it's just like, I'm not super biblical like my uncle, may God rest his soul, or my grandmother, may God rest her soul. But God put us together for a reason. And it's like, I wouldn't do that, because especially if the woman came out of her rib, I'm not going to disrespect my rib. Shout out to Kevin Hart. And it's just, but it seems like every time when a woman, you know, talks, especially when they get high and mighty and all that stuff, that's when their egos, no one ever talks about the women's egos, because it's just like, you got to have an ego to say, I don't need a man for shit. That's a fucking ego right there. But even then, it's just like, you know we need each other, and men, we get that. But it's just like, but even then, I've met black women that it's just like I adore, and it was just like I will fight for it. I will fight for it. Like there's black women, especially older black women. I like tell you the truth, and this is what the video was really about. It's like my rapport with older black women, because I swear to God, that's who I get along with the most. Older black women with husbands. And not like I'm trying to smash any of them, I'm not, but it seems like that's who I feel like that's who I get along with most. Older black women with husbands that try to that gives me game every once in a while. And it's just like, this one lady I work with. I'm not gonna say her name, but sweetheart. She met her husband when they was like 15. And they've been together since they was 15. And it was just one day where it was just like, she got me coffee, and she did, I forgot what she did, but she like once I was done, it was like she put the joint in the trash and she just did it. And she was like, it's okay, sweetheart, and all that other stuff. And we sit there, we have conversations and all that stuff. I talk to her I see her like twice a week. And then, but every chance I get, I go talk to her and all that other stuff. It's just like I enjoy her company. And then, like I said, we always been cool. There was another lady that's like, her name was Miss Jackie, and I always have a conversation with her. It is just like, but I've always like, for some reason, older black women, I fuck with heavy. I fuck with heavy. It was like, even then, it was just like, when she was doing this stuff for me, she asked me to take out the trash, and I just took out the trash for her. But talking to her, it made me realize, honestly, for real, I get why her husband fucks with her, personally. Personally, she is like a very sweet woman. And it's just like, she's so sweet that I be wanting to do shit for her. And I was like, I get it. And like I said, she's an old school black woman. And I be seeing sometimes I be seeing the panels where some of the old school black women, they're the ones trying to school the younger black women, but they don't really hear them. They're the ones that really good call pictures. Like, y'all don't know how to keep a man and all that shit. There's like, all of them look like Shahrazad Ali. Some of them, they really look like Shahrazad. And they're the ones you really fuck with. And because I feel like they understand the game, and it's just like, not everybody is, because for some reason women have this thing like, because women couldn't open bank accounts, women had to be in relationships. I was like, nah, the men would take care of them. I was like, they're taking care of the women that they said, I will love, honor, and obey. It was like, and the men dedicate their lives to doing this shit, making sure you have a family. It's like, they're in units. And then I feel like that's what I feel like some of the older black women is like, yeah, he's a unit. Now, granted, she worked, her husband worked, and all that other stuff, and like they do a lot of stuff together, but even then it was just like, when she did shit for me, I want to do shit for her. Anytime she asks me to do stuff for her, I don't backtalk. For one, I don't disrespect my elders like that, but even then, it's like, I'm not gonna backtalk. It's like, sure, what you need? I got you. Where's it at? Don't worry about it. I got you. That's me right there. And I feel like that's what a relationship, to me, and it was just like, I feel like that's what a relationship that's a relationship we should have. Even in this modern times, that's a relationship we should have. But I feel like a lot of us, it's like, we look at things very selfishly. It's like, what you can do for me. And I've always said this, and it's like, what is the problem with today's relationship? I think a lot of people look at things as selfishly, as like, what you can do for me, instead of what I bring to the relationship. I stand, and I see that's the main problem where I stand on a relationship, where it's just like, what can you do for me? A man has to do for me. A man has to do this for me. A man has to do that for me. A man has to do this for me. Then I will be submissive. But and even dudes is just like, I want my girl to be this. I want my girl to be that. It's like, what are you bringing? What are you bringing to a relationship that you feel like is going to cherish for the rest of your life? What do you bring into the relationship that you don't feel like I want to do something for this woman every time? My ex, I would say this is like, my ex is like when we wasn't arguing, like she very soft spoken, very sweet. And it's just like you could tell she's just like someone that wants to be loved. And like she have a humor, but it was just like I just want to do stuff for you. It's just like to me, it's just like I want to make sure every time when I was around her, I was like I want to do stuff with you, I want to do stuff around you. It's like you make me comfortable, you make me like. And she was. Funny thing is, she was older than me too. And even like the one I call my age, she's older than me too. So older black women. That's what I'm saying. But they're still around my age group though. But even then, because I think my ex is like 2 years older than me, I still wanted to do shit for her. Like she made more. I always say she made more than me. But there was one time where I just gave her $200, and we was dating. Matter of fact, we were together. I don't want to even say dating. We were together. And I remember just one time, and like I said, she made more than me. I gave her $200. She was like, "What's this for?" I said, "It's for you." I said, "Do whatever you want with it. I don't care. It's your money." Why? Because she would do shit for me, and I would make sure I I was appreciative. I know I had that one story of. Like she wanted to make stuff for me, and I was just like, I just really wanted to eat at the galley and all that other stuff. But even then, I was like, when I kept telling her to don't do it, I was like, baby, I appreciate you doing it. I was like, even then, I still say that was just you being hard-headed because I told you repeatedly, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. I wanted to eat in the galley, and I kept telling her it was like, cause even though we were together. That shit gonna get us in trouble. And to this day, she doesn't. I still don't think she was getting it because it was just like, yes, we are girlfriend and boyfriend, and but like the Navy don't like us fraternizing like that, or don't like all that lovey-dovey shit that everybody gets in fucking trouble for. And like, she just didn't get it. She just didn't, for some reason, either she didn't understand or she didn't care. And I had to and I remember we had that argument because it was like, it felt like that. Because we had this big ass fight. I said, I feel like you either don't understand or you don't care. I said, you almost got sent to fucking mass because we wasn't, and I felt bad for that because you was visiting my mom's. And like you almost got sent up to mass. You didn't, thank God you didn't get sent up to mass. But even then, after that day, I was like, okay, I need to chill on that lovey-dovey boyfriend shit at work because I don't want us to get in trouble. Because I felt like since then, for one, our relationship was public, and I didn't like that. I'm pretty sure my relationship was public before that because. I don't know if I told y'all that story about me having to almost fight a nigga because he smacked my girl in the ass and all this stuff, and like the shit died down or some shit like that. And like that was one reason, but there was another reason where it was just like, and I wanted to keep our relationship private, not because I wanted to fuck other bitches, because I didn't want us to get in trouble. And I told her that. I was like, I love you. And I said, I love you with the bottom of my heart. Didn't come here to find love. I came here to find work. All right? And she didn't like me when I said that shit. I could tell she didn't like it. And then like I had to walk away from her because she was being hard-headed. But I was like, when we're off work, I'm right under you. And I used to tell her this all the time. I'm right under you. Like we together. This is why like the last time I saw her, and this was like, what, damn near going on 13 years ago. Damn near going on 13 years now since the last time I seen her. Actually 12, 13. I'm not sure. But anyway, the last time I seen her, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's coming up too. And like, I went to go see her. We were both out the Navy. And I went to go see her. And when I tell you that was one of the best weeks of my life with her, and because no one knew who the fuck we was, I didn't have to worry about us not getting in trouble, and I could be, I could be lovey-dovey as I want to her without ever having to hide that shit. And I was like, this is the greatest, and I remember saying to myself, this is the greatest feeling in the world. This is what I wanted. I remember saying that. That is what I wanted. I'm pretty sure I said this in the I'm happy for you, I'm sad for me thing, too. So I'm just repeating the story. But anyway, like, even with the older black women, it was just like, I understand this shit, where it's just like, which is why I tell people, I don't think, because I know a lot of people, they look at stuff for financial, and I feel like money is important, but I don't think it's the first thing you should look for in a relationship. And I said that to this homegirl I'm talking to right now. I say, I know money is important. I don't think it's the first thing you should look at in a relationship. I think integrity. And then I asked myself, if I was a woman, what would I be looking for? It's the first thing I was looking for. I'm looking for integrity. I'm looking for, if a nigga's, because, not to the girl I'm talking to, but there was this sex worker that I had a conversation with. And she was like, some dude promised her that he was going to get her this, didn't give it to her. And like, I told her, well, this is why, like, I always wanted to be a man of my word. I said, the first thing you look at, because her being a sex worker, and I'll say that, you get the worst of the men. And I feel like her being in that, because I know a lot of women are afraid of men, but I feel like if you're in a sex worker, you get the worst of the men. So like, men just going to come at you with lustful eyes. So they're going to say anything or do anything just to try to get those draws. They don't really look at you as they look at you as a piece of meat, which I fucking agree with, because that's what the sex worker is. Like, don't get, now, again, I didn't like talk to her on a person-to-person level. Yeah, she's sexy as fuck, but I talked to her on a person. I can tell you got a good handle and shit. It's just like, it's sad you gotta like kind of like do this, but I can tell you got a good handle and shit. I never asked her, I was like, if this didn't, because I don't want to get too like into deep, but I was like, one of these days I'm gonna ask her, if this wasn't your main source of income, would you do this as a hobby? Like, if you hit, like, and I want to be, and, like, I want to because most sex workers, I think, now, this is a random rant. This rant's really random, excuse me. I think most sex workers, they wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't a good amount of money, and now people, niggas was gooning. If gooning wasn't at a whole time fucking high where, well, you don't even have to leave your house and niggas will pay you money just to fucking look at you. Not even just want to sleep with you, but even just look at you. Just look at you get naked on your phone. Not even like in person, like a strip club or some shit like that. On the phone. And then, like, even then, like, I've heard her, like, FaceTime a couple niggas, and a lot of them, they come in with the same way. Damn, shawty, you thick as fuck. Stand up, shawty. Let me see what you working with, shawty. It's just like, yeah, you ogling her like a piece of meat. Now, again, I was there for the same reasons, so I'm not gonna hold you. But after a while, it's just like, oh, shit. It's weird. It's weird. It's like, I came to goon, but, I'm like, something different about this girl. But this is what happens when you kind of read people. And that's the one thing I learned about most sex workers here. I was like, especially, like, if you're in your 30s doing sex work. Most of them, it's just like, they're doing it to get money. It's not like they have a love for it. They're just doing it because it's easy money. And I feel like that's why I used to say OnlyFans is the new strip club, because it's just like, there's no love in it. You're just doing it to get money. And I feel like anything when you do to get money, when that money doesn't come, you see the frustrations in their faces. It's just like, you niggas, I've seen this in fucking strip clubs where niggas is not tipping. These niggas is broke. These niggas ain't tipping. Why the fuck am I doing this for $25? Why I'm fucking around doing this and niggas is not tipping? I don't even make enough to motherfucking, and I've heard this in strip clubs, I don't even make the motherfucking enough to fucking pay the girl. Let me tell you something. The strip club that I married to, pretty girl. I think she's either Ethiopian or Somalian, but light-skinned Ethiopian chick. Pretty fucking girl, too. Got a pretty smile, too. Every time I see her, she beelines to me. And when I mean, like, if she sees me, she beelines to me. Would you like a dance? Now, it's just like, at first, I found it cute. And I don't think she ever gonna hear this, but if she does, I got love for you, shawty, but I do gotta say this. At first, I thought it was cute, because I understand you trying to get your money, and you really trying to get paid off of this shit, but it gets, like, but every time, it's just like, you ready for the dance now? You ready for the dance now? Well, we about to close up. You know, try to get in. And then, you know, if I do get a dance from her, it's just like, can I get a couple more? You know, could you at least tip me? It's like, I know you're there for the money and all that other stuff, and it's just like I said, cute girl, sweet girl, but after a while I got annoyed to a fact where I just like, I'm good, thanks. And every time I go there, it's like she will beeline to me, and I have to send her off. You know, and don't get me wrong, give good lap dances. She really do. She gives good lap dances, pretty girl. But I can also tell you there for the money, and which is cool because I'm there just to see some. You know, I'm there to like, you know, see some naked bitches twerking and all that other stuff too. It's like we're there for a mutual reason. But at the same time, it's just like, yo, you seem desperate. It's just weird. It's like I can feel the desperation on your face. And it's just like, it's weird because I've been trying to say this about strip club. One of these days, I told myself, strip club etiquette. I was going to talk about that. It's been like fucking years since I made this, and I've been saying, I'm going to talk about strip club etiquette one of these days. But it's one of these days I'm just like, some of y'all do come into desperate. One thing about the strip club game is you get to see who has game and who doesn't. It's one of the few places where I feel like you need game to like get what you need from people, especially in the strip club. Like, yeah, you pretty enough to like a nigga just want to go and dance with you or some shit like that, but it's one of the few places where a nigga could look at a girl, she fine as hell, you could be her type. You fine as hell, and they see you with the racks in your pocket, and they come up to you. Would you like a dance? And Carlos Messina had this joke too, so I'm just copying this Carlos Messina joke I heard. And you look up to her face and you go, no. I tell people that's the beauty about strip clubs. And Carlos Messina, he has a joke on it. It's the perfect joke. It's the one time you get to be a woman, and it's just like, what do you mean? It's weird because you get to see the baddest bitch in the club, and she walks up to you, tits all good, ass all out, perking or some shit like that, asks you, would you like to dance? And you just look at her and go, no, I'm good. And then sometimes where I've turned down bad bitches because I turned down this one joint because like, and this was like old strip club. It's called the Bass and Crew. It doesn't fucking exist no more. It's now fucking, I think it's a tax. I think the building they took over is one of those things where you pay your taxes and some shit like that. But, which is kind of funny, fucking ironic, excuse me. But, the fucking, the shit that I used to go to, like, this chick, fine as hell. Like, she had that Jessica Rabbit body. Like, she was just fine as hell. I got a lap dance from her. One of the worst lap dances I've ever fucking had. One of the worst lap dance that like it fucking hurt. So the next time I saw her, I turned her down. I said, no, I'm good, thank you. Because I remember she gave me one of the top 5 worst lap dances of my fucking life. It was one time she caught me with the okie doke because I was wearing my fucking glasses and she had a different fucking wig on and a different, and I was like, God damn, there's another bad bitch in here. I come out, it's the same bad bitch that gave me the damn lap dance. I said, shit. But, you know, I paid her and I get off. And one last thing, because like I said, I want to do a video on strip club etiquette one of these times. Bitches don't like getting turned down either. There was one time, and like I'm gonna tell you this one joint that I turned down, and she fucking cursed me out throughout the whole fucking night that I was at the strip club. And she had a BBL. She had the work. She had BBL. She had fake tits. She had plucked up lips. She was dark skinned, but she looked fucking hideous. Like everything was just unproportionately like weird on her. And she was aggressive too. And it was just like she was like, we trying to get dance? And I was like, I'm good, thank you. I'm like, every time when I don't want to dance, I'm good, thank you. You know, I'm polite with it. I'm good, thank you, and all that other stuff. You don't want no pussy. She was like, you know, like $40. You know, I take you in the back. I suck you off and all. Like she was giving me. I was like, no. I'm good. That woman, she was like, you don't want no pussy. You don't want no pussy. You scared of some pussy? This dick is scared of pussy. I'm telling your mama. I was like, why the fuck would you want to tell my mama and some shit like that? And she just hit me with the, you scared. And then it went from that teasing to like her getting like visibly angry and calling me a fuck nigga. And it was like, I get niggas to jump you your stupid ass hoodie or stupid ass jacket. I was like, God damn. And then after a while, I just stopped looking at her. And I hate to say this, but I had to treat her like one of those wild animals. If you stand still, she will not see you. It's just, if you stand perfectly still, she won't see you. So I've been up oh my fucking God. This bitch is crazy. But yeah, sooner or later I'm gonna have that whole talk about strip club etiquette. And whether it gets views or not, I just gotta get that video out my system. Because I've been trying to do that shit for years and I'm not. But overall, I love you black women. I'm gonna just title this whole video about my rant for black women. So, I love you black women. I really do. And that is my rant today. So let me know how y'all feel about black women. Let's just say that. How do y'all feel about black women? Till then, my name is Oski the Fly and I'm out. Peace.